told you in other messages specific visualizations and practices that you can do to achieve eternal youth. But I want you to understand that the key for all those things to work is about how you direct the energy of your body, how you use the vital force and the life that you have in your body. With that and with a full belief, with no place for doubt, you can achieve any miracle. But sex plays an extremely important role on the life force of your body. Actually, with the energy of sex, you are able to create even a human being and a new life and to connect to the divine force immediately. So there is no doubt that how you manage your sexual energy is gonna hugely impact your body. As it is, as I told you, one of the most powerful energies and one of the direct ways to connect to the divine. But sex and sexual energy have been unbelievably abused on earth and twisted that I don't even know how to start talking about it. But I will tell you the basics for you to treasure and use properly that powerful energy that you have, and to use it for your growth and health and on your own advantage, and not to destroy yourself and not to waste it without any purpose. First of all, because of emotional blockages that many people have, and because of the idea that sexual energy is something which should be repressed, many people have blocked that energy in their own bodies. And that energy is not flowing properly in the body of that person, which may decrease the energy to live that that person have. Even the drive for that person to invest him or herself into anything in life. One of the ways to heal your sexual energy, of course, besides solving any kind of emotional trauma that you can have, or just being aware of which kind of ideas have been projected to you through your parents. But besides that, there is a physical technique that you can use to heal that energy. In the description of this video, I will leave a link that you can just listen to for you to use this technique to reawake your sexual energy and to let that energy flow freely in your body. There is other techniques that you can use if you have misused your sexual energy in the past and you are wounded. But that is too long to explain in this message, and I will talk about it in another message. Here I want to talk about how misusing your sexual energy can absolutely block your way to rejuvenation and to immortality. I'm gonna say something, but please, I don't want that to get misunderstood. Your natural state is actually being with what you call twin soul. But because of the very few time that you stay on earth with each lifetime you have, and because you and your twin soul may not be yet in the same evolutionary state, and you may incarnate in different moments and different times, it's very uncommon for somebody to find that person. Also, because finding your twin soul requires you to be complete on your own and to have achieved a very high evolution state spiritually. Majority of people on earth still needs a lot of different incarnations for them to be in the high vibrational state and in the high loving vibration, which will connect them to their twin soul. Actually, by pursuing immortality, you are also pursuing your twin soul, because for you to achieve that state, or for you to extend your life to a level which is not the common thing on earth, you will need to evolve spiritually, and you will need to connect with love and to connect with God. And at the same time, by staying on Earth for a longer time, there is more chances that you and your twin soul are incarnated in the same time. There is of course more chances than if you are just having very short life on Earth and you never have the same lifetime. But when peace and love are restored on Earth in the future, which will happen, every single person will be reunited with their twin soul, because that's actually a basic part of their nature. But that concept can get really misunderstood and can make people feel that they are not complete on their own. And that is very, very far from what I'm trying to say. Every single person is divine and it's fully complete on their own. And with the current vibration of Earth, and with the big differences of vibration and of evolution between one human and another, it may even be a wisest choice to just be single, as you call, to just not share your sexual energy with anyone and just try to connect it with the divine. Of course, that's not what you have to do. It can be equally divine and equally beautiful to share it with somebody. But the way that people get into relationships on Earth and the motives that make people get, what you say, married or go into a relationship are usually full of fears and full of emotional traumas which have been unsolved. That it can sometimes block your growth instead of enhancing your growth. I'm not telling you to not be in a relationship. Actually, what I'm saying is that your natural state is being in that perfect union between feminine and masculine energy. But the way of living on Earth, people's vibrations, people's healing is so far away from the state you need to get that perfect union with somebody that sometimes it may be wiser to just not get it. There is so much rules and conventions on Earth that it is very important that if you get in a relationship with somebody, you really listen to your heart and to your soul, and you really wonder, why are you doing this? If you do it because of other people's opinion, if you do it because somebody implemented an idea on your mind that this is to be successful, if you do it because of fear of being alone, just make sure that is a true call from your soul and not something else. Because if it's something else, that can really block at your growth, and it can make you be stuck in a safe place which will not let your soul flourish as it could. And you deserve your soul to flourish and to grow into its maximum level. Whether you achieve immortality or not, you deserve your soul to get to the highest level it can get. And ironically, sometimes for your soul to get to the highest level of love, it may be better to not be in a relationship unless it's a true authentic call from your soul and not anything else. Please, I ask you, don't cover your emotional wounds just with somebody. Work on those wounds. Maybe, of course, you can find somebody who helps you work on that wounds, but don't just get stuck covering your childhood wounds with somebody and never growing farther than that. Sometimes it's better to go through a crisis than missing the highest level of happiness that you can achieve. But I don't even have to tell you anything, because if you listen to your soul, you perfectly know what you have to do, and you perfectly know what is your soul telling you to do. Please don't ever be afraid of taking those risks, because we are talking about your life, about your development as a person and as a soul. And your happiness, your evolution, your development, you flourishing to your highest level, it's important to every single person on earth. The light that you can bring to earth is important for the whole planet. Please don't ever think that your life is not that important or that you just have to get comfortable and let the years pass. Every single day of your life and every single piece of love that you have to give to yourself and to give to others, it's hugely important even for the whole universe. The only love which actually exists is the love that is inside of you, the vibration of love that you can bring to earth just by being alive here. Don't let anything diminish that, and just choose what you know that it's bringing more love to you. And sometimes it's not by being in a relationship with somebody. Just take a look around and see if the ones which are vibrating in a higher level of love are always in a relationship. Sometimes they are not, and sometimes there is people who are really bitter in a relationship. Falling in love will rejuvenate you instantly. It releases the most powerful chemicals into your whole body. But if you get addicted to that excitement, going from one relationship to another just to feel that excitement, which feels like it's solving every single issue you had before, you may get too distracted by this drug and just play again and again the same story and never have a chance for actual growth, which could bring you for real and in a more permanent way that same excitement that when you fall in love. I'm not asking you to be afraid of falling in love. Relationships can unlock your deepest emotions and can give you a lot of growth. And it can be a very good way for you to learn about love. I don't want you to run away from falling in love or to think it's wrong or to have any kind of resistance towards it. I just want you to truly listen to your soul, not to the excitement of the moment. Enjoy the excitement of the moment, but also listen to your soul. Listen if that is a true calling for you. Listen if your spirit is getting to a more elevated place with that person. Because many people on earth, they are ruled by fears. And they may get trapped in relationships which are about safety and about fear and not about love and growth. It may happen that you can spend your whole life with somebody and that you can truly grow together and that your path happen to be going on the same direction. One person may grow in that way, another person may grow through having maybe 2 or 3 important relationships in their life. Another person may grow by being single. It's a unique thing for every soul. And there is many rules on earth which are killing the true call of every soul. And it doesn't matter how many techniques you practice, how many breathing techniques you learn, or how many complicated things you practice every day. If you don't hear to the call of your soul and to the divine path that you have to walk on earth, nothing will work. Because the main thing that nourishes you is the life that you are living. If the life that you are living is not in harmony with what your soul is pushing you to do and with what your soul is telling you to live, then the life you are living every day will not nourish you. Doesn't matter what you practice, and it won't make you more alive and more rejuvenated. A lot of people, they have been following many rules since they are kids that they don't even know how to listen to their soul, or they don't allow themselves to do that. But that is for another message. If you could connect with some truth about the soul you have, about God, about spiritual evolution, hopefully you also know how to listen to your soul calling. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of being unconventional. Remember that the only real thing that you actually can give to Earth and to the universe, and the only thing which lasts eternally, is the love that you can give and the happiness that you can achieve. Make that your first priority, because it's through that you will be able to give good things to others. That must be the basis of your life. Now I'm gonna tell you what happens when you mix your sexual energy with somebody else, and why relationships are extremely important to achieve immortality, and why it's an important matter. Of course, if you are into what is called casual sex, or just having sex with people without having any kind of emotional or spiritual connection with that person, or if you watch pornography that is cutting the divine flow of your sexual energy. To say it simple, that is disconnecting you from your soul, and that is deteriorating you, even if it's just you watching some images. Those images are imprinting on you an idea about sex, which is actually disrespecting what your soul is and what the soul of other humans is. Just by watching that abuse of sexual energy, you are actually having a very powerful visualization which is going absolutely against you, and which is cutting your way to rejuvenation, and it's deteriorating you. You have to remember that if you can achieve great things through believing and through visualizing, you can also achieve in the same way very negative things through that. Also, as I told you in other messages, the constant light and the hundreds of images that you are getting through TV, that is a kind of semi-hypnosis, which is implementing those ideas really deeply into you. Of course, I don't mean to judge anyone or to make them feel that they are not valuable and that they are bad. Actually, sometimes the most spiritual people, they also have a very strong sex drive, because they somehow know that they can reach the divine through that. But sometimes that drive that they have, it may be channeled in a negative way. If you are in that state, don't feel that you are bad. Don't feel that you are doing something very wrong. Just feel that you have a precious power, and that you can channel it in a way which enhance your soul, and which enhance your health, your dreams, and everything that you want in life. As I told you before, you are not just your physical body. You have several energetic bodies which are creating the whole being that you are. When you connect your physical body with somebody else through sex, all the energetic bodies of you and of that other person get together also. And I told you that in one of those energetic bodies, you have your karma imprinted. You have the actions that you have done in millions of other past lifetimes. Which means that when you have sex with another person, the karma of that person gets imprinted in you also, on a certain level, not completely. That doesn't mean you take the karma fully of the other person. You all have unique lessons and nobody can change that. But if that other person has a very negative karma, that negative energy can affect your own karma to a certain degree. If you are fully in love with somebody, the bliss of that love, the happiness that that love is bringing you, the high vibration of love, absolutely overcomes the negative or difficult aspect of sharing karma with that person. because you love and support each other and you raise your vibrations mutually, it's not a problem that you're sharing karma. But if there is not this high vibration of love, it can be very difficult for you to be sharing karma with somebody else or to be influenced by those energies of that other person. Also, the spiritual level which you are in will get mixed with the spiritual level that the other person is in. When I say spiritual level, I don't mean there is people who are more valuable than others, but you are all in a evolution process, in a spiritual evolution process, and there is many different levels, and it's very difficult sometimes to find somebody who is at your same level of vibration and of spiritual evolution. That's why sometimes if you are on a spiritual path, it may be more difficult to find somebody who can match that place where you are in. I will tell you now in a very simplistic way what happens when you mix your sexual energy with somebody else, when you have sex with somebody. Of course, it's not that simple, but I just want to make an example for you to understand. You can never measure in which moment somebody is or what is the spiritual vibration of somebody. But let's say you could measure that. Let's say you are in level number 10 of vibration and of spiritual evolution. And let's say you have sex with somebody who is on level 0. What will happen is that your energy, your high energy of number 10, will get mixed with that other person's energy of number 0. And what will happen? You will all get to a common number, which will be 5. For that person, that will be a help, because that person will get more elevated by taking your energy. But for you, it will be the opposite. It will decrease your evolution and your energy. So you will be helping that person, but for you, it will be an obstacle in your path. And you may not even be helping that other person, because even if you are elevating that person energetically, if that person doesn't choose or is not prepared to fully integrate that energy, that person will not evolve with what you are giving. That person will just feel temporarily better because you are giving to that person a higher vibration. But then if that person doesn't get that and doesn't integrate that, it will just be a temporarily relief, and then that person will just drop it. So you will be wasting your energy. If you spend years and years with somebody who is in a lower level than you spiritually, and that person doesn't want to grow, you will be constantly taking the energy of that person, and that energy will be a big obstacle for you to grow higher and maybe to grow to the place where you could grow if you will not have that obstacle. That's why it's so important that if you're with somebody who is on the same level than you and who is willing to grow, because you will have to share the same energy and you have to take care of that energy together. Because that energy is your soul and is what will make you grow or not grow. That doesn't mean you cannot be for years and years, even for a lifetime, with somebody. Even if that person is not your twin soul, it can be a very good soulmate, and you can help each other so much and bring each other to the highest, more divine place where you can get. Maybe sometimes one will be higher than the other one, and then that one can push the other one to go high also, and they can just help each other. Just your soul knows when that is happening and when that is not happening. So please listen to what your soul is telling you. Because if you are sharing your sexual energy with somebody who is diminishing that energy and not making it grow, that will cut your path to immortality. So, can you imagine what may happen if you have sex with different people constantly in your life? You are being influenced by different karmas of different people constantly. If you have sex with somebody one day because you are in a low emotional state, you will probably attract somebody who is in a low emotional state too. And that person will even make that low emotional state you are in way bigger. Because if you are not happy with yourself, you will not attract somebody who is very happy with him or herself. So you may probably just make things way worse. There is many people looking for self-esteem and approval through sex, and this really just complicate their issues way more. I know years ago there was this idea of free love, just having sex with anyone and being free. Many people still nowadays, they think that makes them free and makes them grow spiritually. That's because if you have been absolutely disconnected from your soul, from your wishes, from your sexual energy, or if you have very big issues which you are covering with sex, that may make you feel better than just absolutely repressing everything. For many years on earth, sexual energy and the true wishes of people have been just incredibly repressed, and that can also destroy somebody as much as just having sex with everybody. But going to the other extreme is not the solution at all. It can be equally destructive as fully denying your sexual energy and just repressing everything. You can embrace your sexual energy without the need of actually having sex with somebody. Embrace that energy. Don't repress it. Don't push it away. It's an important part of you. It's the energy of life, and it can heal you, and it can create many things. Your sexual energy, together with your mental power, is one of the biggest manifesting tools that you have. And this is also why it's being corrupted all the time, and why it's not on the best interest of the powers which are ruling Earth that you fully connect with the divine form of that energy that you have. There is a collective sexual wound on Earth, and it's very important that you heal that wound and that you embrace and channel properly your sexual energy for your growth, for the opportunity to achieve immortality, and for the purpose also of elevating the whole Earth, the energy of the entire Earth.